Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a Best of One Brothers War draft. Rare, Teething Wormlet, great card. Definitely worthy of a first pick. It's whenever an artifact enters too, so all the little soldier tokens, all the Power Stone tokens, they all just gain you 1 life, and then at least once per turn, you're getting a buff if you're getting an artifact too. And this thing gets Death Touch. I mean, it's got so much wrapped into your 1-drop that I see no reason not to take it here. Lay Down Arms, you know, this card is playable, but I haven't really played with it yet. I played against it. It does exile, which is relevant, and it's 1 mana, so maybe I'll give it... I need to see it more before I fully judge it. Hornstone Seeker's a great card. Very, very powerful. 2-drop, it's got menace, and it ramps you. Just insanely good. And then the Vanguard is an amazing uncommon. Disfigure is good. Subjugation's playable. I like Onulet Vanguard. This card is just full of goodies. You know, I haven't played Perimeter Patrol yet, but this card's pretty good too. But we'll take the Wormlet. Well, Steel Seeker also wants to be in the Wormlet deck, so that seems like a good follow-up pick. Otherwise, Pyrrhic Blast, which is... Finally got a chance to play that in the last draft. Very good. Levitating Statue is certainly playable. Mishra's Bauble, free way to pump your Wormlet and get a trigger off your Steel Seeker. That's cool. Evolving Wilds is good. Opportunist is good. Chaplain's playable. I like Survivor. Archaeologist is playable. I really like Whirling Strike, and that card I feel like, from what I've seen, tends to go pretty late, which is also nice. But I think it's an easy Steel Seeker here. This card's awesome. Just really gives you value. Good value, 2-drop green card. All right. Now we actually have a choice here, because there's nothing incredibly strong here. We have Evangel of Synthesis, which I don't think wants to be in the same deck as this, but is a great card. Bonesaw, which isn't very good, but does give us free value off of those. We have Clay Revenant. You know, green-black sack is definitely an archetype, and Revenant continuously coming back is pretty good, and it's a great sack enabler. Kind of leaning towards that. But Infiltrator also wants to be in that deck. That's true. And there's only 1 Infiltrator, but I guess there's only 1 Revenant too. Man, that's a tough one. Or I could just take the strongest card, which is probably Evangel. You know, I'm not giving up much for it. I'm just, for now, it's early enough. I'm just going to take the card that excites me the most, which definitely is Evangel. This card's great value for mana. All right, the pick now. Well, the best card, probably Explosion, but I'd be fine taking Demolisher, even if you can unearth it. 7 mana, 8 power menace is quite good. Scrapwork Cohort is very good too. Triggers really nicely with these two. That's true. Decent argument there. But I have been really impressed with Demolisher. This card is pretty aptly named. So still early enough we could, you know, feel our way through it. I wonder if I actually like Demolisher more than Explosion. Jeez. That's pretty rich, but man, this card is good. Cohort's a lot cheaper. I'm going to go with Demolisher. The upside of this is pretty significant if you find any other ramp. It's kind of crazy because Explosion is good, but it's also colorless. I think that's a big appeal. Easy Bushwhack here, I'm guessing. There's Confrontation too, but the value of this is just cannot be overstated. Makes more hands keepable and is a fight card. Just really fantastic. Another Excavation Explosion in here. We've got Emergency Weld, which is good. And Defabricate, which is playable. And like I said, the Confrontation. 3 soldiers in here, 2 of which are pretty solid. Another Whirling Strike. We're going to take the Bushwhack. See what comes our way. Argivian Avenger is a good card. Hoarding Recluse is playable. I like Rager. I think Avenger is probably what we're looking at, though. I really like this card. A lot of various value you get out of this. 6 mana, 5/5 at worst, and then all sorts of varying degrees of value that you can turn it into. So I think it's going to be the Avenger here. Right now we're doing pretty good on getting a lot of rares and uncommons, stronger cards. But yeah, I'm happy to take Avenger here. It's very good. All right, another Demolisher. I mean, that's another solid pickup. Or we could take another Steel Seeker. You know, I think the Steel Seeker might edge out the second Demolisher here. Just because the value that you eventually get out of this is very, very significant. Especially since you can put the card in your graveyard. So, you know, if there was some reason you wanted to put an unearthed card in your graveyard, instead of drawing it, you could do that. It's just nice. I like the Steel Seeker. I'm going to take it over a second Demolisher. Be happy enough with that, I think. All right. Some late playable red stuff. Otherwise, we have Shoot Down, which is totally main deckable and playable. Supply Drop, which really works well with the Wormlet and the Steel Seeker. That might be the pick here. But, I mean, all these red cards are fine. Cliff Stomper, I got a chance to finally showcase it in the last draft and loved it, but it's not for this deck. Chain Dancer is certainly better than it appears. Raise the Ground is fine, and Unleash Shell are fine. But yeah, I'm going to take, oddly enough, I think we're taking Supply Drop here over Evolving Wilds. I've cut Supply Drop from decks before, but with 2 Steel Seekers and a Wormlet, I think we could probably play a lot of Supply Drops and be pretty happy. All right, Perimeter Patrol also wants to be in this deck. And I haven't gotten a chance to play with it yet, so that feels good to me. I guess technically Vanguard would want to be in this deck too, but we don't know if we're white yet. Still have a chance to maybe be red and get full value out of Demolisher. Either way, I feel fine about taking a Perimeter Patrol here. Sticking to green for now. So, nothing super exciting here. Probably just taking Evolving Wilds. Not giving up anything I really care about otherwise. So, that seems fine. Autonomous Tinkering. I don't think this is that good. It's a weird card. I guess we can take Unleash Shell, or we got the late Infiltrator. You know, Infiltrator sack could be. We already have an Evolving Wilds too. I'll take Infiltrator. Seeing it that late is kind of a sign, I would think. All right, Chromatic Star is good with 2 Steel Seekers and a Wormlet, but Disfigure is highly playable if we end up black-green. I mean, we don't have any other removal besides the Supply Drop and a Bushwhack. Not that those are bad, but all right. Take a Locust here. Totally playable. Machine Over Matter is good. Although Sibling Rivalry, if you have sack outlets, is really good. All right, Fauna Shaman, easy pick for us here, I would say. Lodestone Golem is good too. Static Net is good, and Prison Sentence. 2 other pretty playable things, but really hard to go wrong with Fauna Shaman. I love this card. Wow, could have had 3 Excavation Explosions? That's pretty nuts. I don't think I'm regretting this Demolisher, though. I've been pretty impressed with it. All right, it's just an easy Fauna Shaman. You ditch your weakest creature, you find your strongest one. Not much else to say. It's good. Hoping to wheel. I think pretty easy wheel of a Stalwart here. Good chance we wheel the Shoot Down, so maybe get something else we want out of this pack. All right. Feldon, this card's cool. I think we might be in black though, so maybe we just take the Cohort because we get double triggers off of Steel Seeker and Teething Wormlet. And I was considering it before anyway. Although we get double triggers off Stone Retrieval Unit too. That's true. And we have actual things I want to ramp into. I think in a vacuum though, Cohort is much better than Retrieval Unit. But for us, especially since it's got the Unearth, you get more bodies out of it. What are the chances of us being able to unearth it? I don't think it's that low. Zephyr Sentinel's really good too. A lot of goodies in here. I think Cohort in general is probably just better than Retrieval Unit. It's probably still better to have 1/1 than a ramp Power Stone token for your artifacts. And more likely to wield the Retrieval Unit too, so, all right. Prospector. Well, this is, if you create 1 billion Power Stone tokens with Steel Seekers out, that's pretty slick, actually. And we only have a few black cards, so I could see it. Otherwise, Mask of the Jadecrafter is cool too. It's an artifact, so it triggers and then it makes more artifacts and unearths and creates artifacts. It's a lot of artifacts. And it's just a brown card, so that's also good. Over Perimeter Patrol, sure. Let's just take it. You know, I haven't played with it yet. I played against it. I didn't think it was too bad. It is clunky, but not too bad. So we can take Self-Assembler. What does this do again? Oh yeah, this card's insane. 2-drop, 3/2 flyer. It's unfortunately it's for soldier decks though, and we only have 2. Dang. Such a strong card. So probably take the self-assembler. It's an artifact. It's a 4/4. We don't have any assembly workers yet, but I'm hopeful we can find some along the way. Hero of the Dunes. Artifact or creature card with mana value. Oh, that's cool. Wow. It's good. Courser's pretty good too. Till possibly could be the sack deck. I mean, Fauna Shaman can put creature cards in our graveyard. Otherwise, we could take the Mine Worker and get the value out of Self-Assembler now, but I'm going to take the Courser. This card's pretty good. If you're able to draw cards off of that, you're pretty happy. So I can take the Mine Worker now. There's Battery Bearer, and we at least have a couple things that could draw us cards. Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, this is a cheap artifact that draws you a card that's also good. Probably just take the Mine Worker. 2-drop. It gives us our thing to find off Self-Assembler. It's an artifact. Makes sense. Another Mask of the Jade Crafter. Not bad. Could take Emergency Weld. I mean, this card's great, and it triggers our thing. And we have some reason to be... I guess we don't have that many sack outlets, though, do we? Or I could just take another Mask of the Jade Crafter. I guess we'll take it. Give it a try. Because we're, we may not have to play black here. So I can take the Power Plant Worker. It gives us another body to find off Self-Assembler. But I think I want the Retrieval Unit because it's 2 artifacts in 1 and it ramps. You could go for the, full team value thing, but Retrieval Unit just seems really good here. And the fact that we've gotten Retrieval Unit and the Cohort is really nice. All right, we did get that Stalwart back. I think we're going to take it and play it because we have some Unearth we may want to pay for. Although, I guess paying for Demolisher at this point is probably not happening, to be honest. All right, another supply drop. We'll take it. Totally fine. Springleaf Drum gives us more fixing. Sure. I actually kind of like Coastal Bulwark, but if we're not playing blue, I don't think it makes sense. I guess we'll take the drum. So we don't need... Geez, that is... Iconoclast should never go that late. Like, Iconoclast, if we could play it, is really good here, too. Hero of the Dunes. Gosh, we're a ways away from this, but this card is really good. I'm going to take it, because I don't really need a Hoarding Recluse anyway. Just a lot of good late cards. Wow, last pick Emergency Weld, which is just like amazing for our deck too. Unfortunately, Fade from History, though good, not really what we want. Our whole deck is like artifacts. I may want the Haywire Might here. I really do like this card. And it gives us a sack outlet. Otherwise, there's Power Stone Fracture, which also gives us a sack outlet. Jeez. I mean, Fade from History really can do a lot in certain board states, but since our deck is so many artifacts, I'm not loving it. I mean, you still get to pick and choose. I guess we'll take it. The effect is just strong enough where you take it, but could end up regretting that. All right, Harvester seems very good. It's a 2-drop, 3-power attacker. Foundry Inspector seems really good too, though. Do we have enough early game? I don't think we're doing Evangel. We're not doing Rivalry. I don't think we're doing Battery Bearer, but it's a good card if you can splash it. Same with Hero of the Dunes. We have some means to splash. We have Evolving Wilds too. I'd have to think about it. We could take another Evolving Wilds. But, I mean, we probably just take Foundry Inspector over Harvester. They're both good, but Inspector just making all your stuff cheaper is just really good. Hard to go wrong with that. Another Infiltrator too, but we actually, I don't think we're the sack deck. I think at this point we're borderline. I was going to say borderline mono green, but that's not true. I think we're more like supplementing black as needed here. Like I can take Remorse and be happy about it. We could be borderline mono green and then just splash certain powerful cards like Hero of the Dunes, which just reses and buffs your dudes. Battery Bearer, which gives us the means to draw some cards, but Yeah, I think I'll take the Remorse here. All right, Obstinate Bailout. That card's great. Boulder Branch Golem is good. But Bailout's excellent. I mean, it's just, when you're getting beat down quickly, just Bailout's so good. Wow, another one? Wowzers. Well, we're taking 2. 4 mana, 4/4, gain 4 is just really, really board flipping. Wow, Dragon Engine's a great card. But realistically, gosh, we have a lot of creatures too. Realistically, are we going to be able to prototype it? Probably not. And what would I rather do? Probably a Rager. Do we have enough late game? I guess, you know, we really could use some more beefy stuff, but Rager's just really good too. It's just great value. I guess we have quite a few 4-drops already, but so I can take the Dragon Engine now, but maybe I take another Emergency Weld. Yeah, it's just good value for us. And that way, we don't have to have as many finishers because we can just get it back and get the body. All right, Power Stone Fracture is really excellent when we're making little dudes to sacrifice. All right, could take the Cave Guard, could take another Power Stone Fracture. We have 1 billion creatures, so it makes our Infiltrator better too. Cave Guard is another expensive top-end thing that would be totally fine here too, though. I'm going to take another Fracture because we have enough creatures. All right, we got the Infiltrator back, you know, or we could take a Giant Growth. Infiltrator might be good enough now. How many actual sack outlets do we have? We have the Evolving Wilds. Maybe we don't have as much sack as I'd hoped, but that's all right. I mean, you do sack these, so it works. Because sack anything. All right. That's cool. We'll try it. These sack. So we actually do have some sacks. Revenant. If we had an actual sack outlet, I think the Revenant would be good. Well, I guess the Altar is what we're looking for then with the 2 Infiltrators. Then we at least have an engine. That makes sense. All right. And it's an artifact. It makes sense. Another Retrieval unit? Yes, please. Or we take another Sentinel Stalwart. You know, Stalwart, the fixing is not bad. I'm going to take another Retrieval unit, though, just because it's 2 artifacts in 1. Wow, 3 Infiltrators? Makes me wish we had more of a sack plan. You know, this is better than I gave it credit for, but I'm actually going to take the Warp Plow, because Warp Plow may actually make some... We'll see. I was going to say it may actually make something in this deck a little more worth our time. So this deck's actually a pretty interesting deck. A lot of cuts to make. So is Hero of the Dunes worth it? I mean, we have... It's any artifact, too. Artifact or creature card. So we can get all of this. Basically, every single one of those. We can get Infiltrator back. We can get Mask of the Jade Crafter back. I mean, this looks really good in here. To the battlefield. And it buffs all your dudes. So it buffs 1, 2, 3. I mean, it's going to buff a lot of things. But we have a lot of cuts to make, too. So a little bit of a challenge there. So actual things we can draw off of with Battery Bear are only... There's 3 cards. Probably not worth splashing the Battery Bear. That way we don't need the blue. I think Hero of the Dunes is going to be an easy splash that way. Off of Drum or Stalwart. And I don't mind... I think Stalwart is actually better for the deck than Drum because we have Fauna Shaman. So we can always pitch it if we don't need it and we have it late. I like Locust, but we have to make a lot of cuts here. We can cut 9 creatures. So we're going to figure out 9 creatures to cut. I think we can keep all of our top end. Oh, and if we're already splashing away, I think Cohort gets better too. All right, let's just ditch. I think at this point we just ditch non-artifact things. So do we want to do the Infiltrator plan? Well, Infiltrator is slick with Evolving Wilds and... Because you don't sack with Unearth. So that's not going to work. But we do have a sack outlet here. These sack. We have Evolving Wilds. Not as many sacks as one would like. I guess these sack. That's true. I don't know if that plan is going to be worth it here. We may just be better off ditching the whole infiltrator plan and really, really just focusing on value from Steel Seekers, Wormlet. That's probably how we do it. So let's ditch infiltrators. We'll keep the fractures because we have 2 emergency welds, as well as, well, do we have other good sack outlets? We have the cohort. We have Rager. You can unearth and then fracture too. That's worth it. So do we want to stick with the Courser? We have 4 5-drops currently. That's not a big deal. Maybe we don't need double retrieval unit. Sheesh. Let's ditch the altar, even though I like it. I don't think we need it anymore if we're not doing the sack plan. 15 artifacts, huh? Sheesh. We got a lot of cuts to make. I think the drum might go. Like I said, I'd rather have the stalwart. Kind of serves the same purpose, so that's fine. Wow. Well, we've got the greatest problem one could have, which is too many good cards. Maybe we ditch the Courser, even though it's a good card. It's a tough one. Yeah, we got to cut 8 cards, and 4 of them should probably be creatures. Maybe we ditch the retrieval units. I like them. They double pump Steel Seeker, but we got way too many good things going on here. I mean, it's awesome how it works with Steel Seeker. Get to look at the top 2. It's just very good, but like I said, too many good things, and I don't want to cut these Bailots. This is also just really good for us. I could cut the supply drops. I think they're a great card, but actually, I could cut Disfigure and maybe keep the... Honestly, I probably have to cut both, don't I? I have to cut 2 more creatures. So 2 more creatures plus the supply drops and the Disfigure. And then I still have to cut 2 creatures. So, and I still have to make another cut after that. Wow. I mean, these are kind of creatures too, although very clunky, but still not bad. Some argument to cut the Stalwart. The problem is then we really can't reliably splash the Hero of the Dunes. I guess we don't have to splash Hero of the Dunes too. Like we can cut Hero, we can cut Stalwart, and then we're a little bit more of a streamlined mana-based deck. That's true. And then we just have to cut one. I mean, it's a good card. It is good. It's a Lord effect too, but it probably is... This is probably enough value where we don't need to splash. So I need to cut one more card. And I'm not 100% sure what it is. It should probably be a non-creature. Can I... Cohort is still worth it. It's just a 4-mana 3/1 that makes another 1/1, but... I mean, at this point, I guess I could cut it. I have no way to pay for white. That's true. That brings us to 14 creatures, though. Just a little bit light. But I guess these are creatures too, aren't they? Yeah, they sort of are. Makes Fracture slightly worse, but these make the sack targets for that. This is tough. I'm going to cut the Cohort. Wow, this is something. And then we can always play this as a 2-drop too, which is nice. We're never going to be able to unearth the Demolisher, but like I said, not that big of a deal. 7 mana, 8 power menace is good. So, all right. Well, do we have any ramp anymore? I guess we don't, do we? 0 ramp. Oh, no. Foundry Inspector makes it cheaper. All right. Fade from History is a little bit suspect in here because we are just so heavy artifact, but there's some times where you just need to do this, where you're far enough behind on the board. It also blows up enchantments too, so some of them, I should say. All right. Well, Fade from History might come back to haunt us since we're like... all-in artifact, but like I said, you get to choose when to play it, so if you don't need it, don't play it. All right, let's try this. We'll see you round 1. All right. See, this is the beauty of Bushwhack. We get to keep this hand now, and I guess we're not in great shape, but good enough shape where we're going to keep this. So we search for the forest, and then... the next turn, we're going to Bushwhack and get our swamp. Alright, Sprite. God, I wish we could get a land back. That would have been good. It's alright. Hey, got another land. That's good. So, we're going to bushwhack for the swamp now and just get that online. Otherwise, we could play the Mask of the Jade Crafter, but there's not a ton of reason to do that right now. So next turn we can get the Foundry Inspector, possibly build into Obstinate Baloth. I'm liking that. Hey, no play, that's good. Alright, let's get the Inspector down. Makes our stuff cheaper too, which is nice. If you can get a turn 6 Demolisher, that's pretty good. Alright, cannot block, but at least we got Baloth coming. And Baloth with Emergency Well, that's a lot of potential life as it goes. Alright. So we'll get in for 3 here. Play the Baloth. The attack will take it. I'll play around Giant Growth. Especially since we have Overwhelming Remorse in hand. Sure. Alright. So we get Demolisher on line next turn. So we could Overwhelming Remorse the Crusher now and just smash for 4. Kind of okay with that, because then otherwise they're going to be able to possibly attack. I'm just going to kill this. And it's Exile, so they can't... Oh, it gives it Hexproof. Alright. Guess I should have waited then. It's not the end of the world. We still have more cards in hand too, so it's not really that bad. Next turn we get the Demolisher on line 2. That's pretty good. This Mask of the Jade Crafter eventually is going to make some beefy dudes too. I'm going to take it. Now we can attack back too, which is nice. Alright, I'm going to play the Demolisher. And then I'm going to attack. Because now I don't care if Foundry Inspector makes stuff cheaper. I already played my 7-drop on turn 6, so I'm happy. Did its job. They can trade with a Chaplain or whatever. We've got Emergency Weld as well. We have the Mask of the Jade Crafter. So we're looking not bad. Sure. I feel like they don't have an amazing block for Demolisher either. And we have Emergency Weld, which is just going to be really good with it. So that's nice. We can technically probably attack with both. It's only when it attacks, right? Yeah. So that's cool. So they do have the... All right, they must have something pretty good here then. They probably have Giant Growth, I'm guessing, so... I can't block the Sprite anyway, so I guess we'll just block here. Oh, all right. Sure. So we'll pay for that. Warplow. So I guess I don't have lethal. So Guess we just get in for 8, leave the Baloth back. Yeah, I guess I can play this now, but I don't really... Guess I don't really need to. So Sprite is very good against us. Good card in general, but definitely good against a deck that's primarily artifacts. The thing that blows up artifacts and enchantments so far isn't looking all that amazing, but that's all right. Deciding whether they want to attack there. I really hope they attack with Sprite. That'd be the best case scenario for us. Because they don't even kill us next turn. All right, this is best case scenario, I think, with Emergency Weld in hand. So pay for that. Otherwise, I have to tap it. That's fine. Because we can attack for 8. I can Emergency Weld. I only take 3 in the air. I can block this. It doesn't have trample. And then I can even sack Mask of the... Alright, do Goring Warplow. We got some options here. Let's get the Baloth back. I can't actually play the Baloth, but I can get a 3/3 here in case they have removal for one of my creatures. We don't die in the air. If they have a pump, then we die, but I have to hope they don't. So they have Iron Claw Crusher, they have Boulder Branch Golem. Oh yeah, there's no sideboard here either. So I'm talking about sideboard, but it's best of 1. So yeah, I sacked the Mask of the Jadecrafter simply to just get another blocker. Because I felt like 2 blockers is better when you're at 4 life. So they're digging around their graveyard. Let's see what they got. The one that's Recommission would be my guess. They have a Recommission. So they could get back Sprite as a 3/3. Baloth kind of keeps us alive right now, too. All right, Lauren. So they have something else they can get back. The Crusher. They're 3 life. So they're still dead. They need to play another creature here. All right, Bushwhack. All right, that makes sense. They get that body off the board. And we got Wormlet. That's going to be really good too for life gain. So let's go. I got the Crusher. So we can play the Baloth. 8 mana. So Baloth, Wormlet, Warplow. Attack for 3. Force him to block with Lauren. Oh, we can attack with the 1/1 too for that reason. So, all right. Let's do it this way. So we gain our life. And then we go Wormlet, Warplow. And that way we have just a boatload of lethal stuff coming their way. Can't get the Demolisher back unless we get Emergency Weld, but now we have Mask. Alright, just playing a beefy dude, but they're at 2 life, so they block our 2 biggest dudes and they die. I'm going to do the Mask of the Jadecrafter anyway, just because I have it, but they're dead. Alright, see you for the next one. Okay, looks like a keep to me. We have double green, so I don't mind just dumping, getting our second green now, because we don't have any double black spells in the deck. So it also deck thins for our Steel Seekers and stuff, which we want to get down as quickly as possible. So I could play the Mask of the Jadecrafter. I'm not in a huge rush for that. Still like to get value off of that. All right, Self-Assembler is a good draw, especially when you can cast it on turn 4. Finding a Mine Worker. It's nice. All right, Wormlet. So we can wait, but I'm going to just do the Assembler now and get the Mine Worker. It's the best play. Turn 4, 4/4. That gets more value. Totally worth it. Sure. Alright. Still looking good. And attacking. Well, I like that. Alright. Remorse. Unfortunately, they exiled with this, so lost a little bit there, but not a big deal. So we'll go Wormlet. Mine Worker. Get the pump. I can Bushwhack for a land and get a guaranteed Courser next turn. It's not bad. It also opens us up for our late game stuff. We don't have any fatties yet anyway, so I'm actually going to do it. And it makes our Mask of the Jadecrafter better too, so sure. Sure. So they get to sack the Inspector. Not the end of the world. Alright, we have Power Stone Fracture, so let's just go Courser. And we'll get in for 4 here. Get a card draw out of that. It's pretty good. Sure. And they do have a mana to sack as well. All right. Emergency Weld so we can get back Inspector. And then, wow, that's pretty good. Let's do that. Get back the Inspector. Get the artifact. We're actually gonna sack the 1/1, kill the strong bull. Even putting the body in the yard's really not bad for us because we've got Wormlet. Or Courser rather, so eventually we can like draw a card out of it too. Sure. Double blocker, it makes sense. Alright, so we got our 6th land here. So how do we want to do this? I think that we... yeah, that's fine. We remorse the golem. And get in for 4 here. Got 2 life. And another black mana here. Two lethal creatures. It's a good one. So let's see what they get. Trample and haste, and we have to discard a card, so guess mask. Because this is a lethal creature and we can unearth this, so that's fine. It's a 6/4. I mean, that's fine. Let's do the Rager. Gain life from our Wormlet. Oh, I guess I could have done both, huh? Well, I guess it ended up not mattering. All right, see you for the next one. All right, not the best hand I've ever seen, but certainly a keep. Who knows, maybe Fade from History will take care of some threats. Who are you milling, me or you? Makes more sense. Would have given us some immediate help if they had milled us. So are they the sack deck? That'd be pretty good. Ooh, Steel Seeker finally rears its head. Is it going to die immediately from a disfigure? Well, that's good. Didn't immediately die. Alright. They have 1 creature in yard, so that's not too scary. I don't know if we need to do the Bushwhack yet. Although... no, I think because next turn we're going Rager, it's probably fine. Technically, Rager can block the Vermin, and I don't really care about that because I can unearth it. Plus, I hopefully am getting lands from... Ooh, Puppeteer is so good. All right, Obstinate Baloth's a good draw at least. So let's go Baloth Well, we don't need Bailoff yet, right? Problem is, then I can't block the Puppeteer. So I guess we got to go Bailoff. Yeah, and then when Puppeteer dies, they get a 3 or less. So at least they don't have anything they can get back with that just yet. I'd like to exile the Puppeteer. That's what I would like. I'm going to block. Alright. Well, they don't have anything to get back yet, so I'm alright with that. Wait. This is a 3-drop? Jeez. Whoops. I don't know why I thought it wasn't. Nice. No artifacts or enchantments in play either. That's not good. Oh, well. Hearthstone Fracture's relevant. Let's do the Rager, because then I can get a land. I want to get Bailoff back, so I guess we're... Dang it. Guess we're keeping that. Yeah, we gotta keep it. We're gonna need that. Now I'm definitely wishing I had done the Bushwhack. So we'll have to go... Alright. Weld, Bailoff, Fracture, sack it, kill Skullflayer. Alright. That'll do. Is he gonna get the creature out of their yard with the Rager? Oh, there's one. All right. So it dies. All right, that's good. So I can block the Vermin, but I think I'm just gonna take 4 here. I got more pressing concerns. All right, we got the land. That's good. So stick to the same plan here. Let's go land. Weld. Do I want to weld Bailoff, or do I want to get Courser down right now? Courser 4/5 is relevant on this board. If they have removal, we're in pretty big trouble, but I think we're going to try it here. Okay. I mean, if we can get our removal spells going, we're in good shape. No attacks. 3 mana up. All right. Good. Let's do our thing here. So let's Bushwhack, kill the Butcher. So do we still want to get Bailoff back? Probably. So let's go Weld on Bailoff, because we get the 1/1. Trigger Steel Seeker, hopefully get a land. That'd be nice. No land, and we're gonna keep that on top. And then we go Fracture, sack 1/1, take out Skullflayer. And then we'll Bushwhack and fight here on that. Sure. Good. Now we'll chill. Pretty happy they didn't have a removal spell there. Too bad Fade from History looks like trash on this board. Alright, well we have one too, so I don't really care. I mean, I got to assume our late game is going to be pretty solid coming up here shortly. So we can go, for now, Wormlet. Into Baloth, I guess. Best use of mana, sure. Or we could do Mask and hope to draw and pump the Wormlet. We still have a blocker for their Baloth and their Razor Maw. Actually, maybe that's the best. Because we want to pump our Wormlet so they don't sack the Vermin and take out our 1/1. So do we need a Foundry Inspector? Not especially. Because we need land more, and it fills the yard for Courser. And it's just a 3/2, which is actually not bad on this board, but not good enough where I think we need it. And it makes our Remorse cheaper too, so I kind of like that. Sure. I mean, at this rate, they're going to mill themselves out, so I think we're looking pretty good. All right, so I can make a 6/6 here, which I think is the best. Oops. Pump Wormlet, gain life, Steel Seeker. Still don't get land, but I'm keeping Weld as it turns out. So, all right. I mean, I guess Weld is nice to have in case they kill my Courser, then I can get it back. It's pretty good. Sure. Giant growth, I'm guessing. I don't know. Wow. They're gonna mill themselves for 8. Six cards left in their deck. They're in a pretty tough spot now. So we probably want to do the Rager, draw another card, trigger our stuff, pump our things. Guess I leave that on top too. All right, see you for the next one. Well, this hand does need some help, but I'm going to keep it because Fauna Shaman's pretty slick. And then if we can get a third mana, we at least get an Inspector into Rager or Assembler, which is pretty good too. Wow, these are sweet looking lands. Nice draw there, so let's go Fauna Shaman. Oh, the beauty is with Self-Assembler and Fauna Shaman, you can get the 2/1 and find your best creature. It's kind of nice, actually. I like that. All right, let's go and Inspector. Make our stuff cheaper. The next turn we'll go Assembler and get the Miner. What are we getting? Hunter or Mountain? All right, Mountain. Sure. All right. So we'll go land, Assembler. Nice. Yeah, and like I said, we can pitch the Mine Worker if we want for, I don't know, Obstinate Baloth. Yeah, seems pretty good. Ooh, Demolisher too, huh? So, can do Rager here as well. Do we just get the Baloth online? I think so. I think that's the best play. Deck thins as well. Yeah, let's get a Baloth online here. Oh, I guess we don't want to attack with that. I think our late game is probably better than our opponents. Probably. So we have the Weld to get back. Bailout too. Sure. Alright, so let's just get Demolisher online here. And pass. That way we can actually block Juggernaut too. Unless they can kill Demolisher, but that's fine. Sure. So we'll get Demolisher back with Weld. We can replay it. Self-assembler can still trade with their Juggernaut. They just found some lands. Alright, so we go land. I can always ditch the Rager to Shaman as well. And get Avenger or Gaia's Courser, because how many creatures do I have? Oh, I already have 3. Gaia's Courser's looking pretty good then. But I have 7, so I can't Weld plus Demolisher. Might still be worth it to do the Courser because I can unearth the Rager and then still Power Stone Fracture too. That's pretty good. All right. Yeah, ditch Rager, get Courser, play Courser, and pass. So we'll block Juggernaut with Assembler. Sure. So we'll block here and take 5. All right, that's good. So looking great now. So we'll go land, Weld, because we still have, we'll have 5 yet, so that's good. We'll do this, get back our Demolisher. And then I can fracture the, I guess, Opportunist. Sack the 1/1. And start drawing cards off of Courser. I like that. I guess I didn't have to do it that way. That's all right. Not a big deal. We don't need the Inspector anymore either, so we'll smash with all these. Draw. And I can block with Fauna Shaman. I don't think we need the Shaman anymore. Gotten all the creatures we needed. So, guess we trade and take 6. So they do have the Juggernaut I have to watch out for. But we have Demolisher and 9 mana. Why don't we attack with Courser here? Draw. Alright, that's good. So then we can go... yeah, we can go Warplow, get the Death Touch. So 8 mana. So let's go Evolving Wilds. Let's crack that. And I guess we can play the Mask too. Okay. Double Striker. So on our turn, right now, we're attacking with Courser and Demolisher. And then, I guess, sacking for a big Jade Crafter at 10/10. Their attacks don't look great here. Yep. All right, so we'll pay for that. We still get a big Jade Crafter. I guess we're getting a 7/7 instead, which on this board is good enough. So we'll pay for that. Get our land. So, like I said, smash with Demolisher and Courser. Draw another card. All right. It's actually not bad. So you can block with that and the Chain Dancer and give double strike and... oh, it's not the way I expected them to block. So now we probably just make a 7/7. All right. Oh, just the best possible draw we could get, huh? Let's go Remorse, take out the Dragon Engine. What happens if we smash with Team here? Well, I think they would die, so we'll see for the next one. All right, good hand here. Nothing worth pitching to Fauna Shaman. oddly enough, but it's a good problem to have. All right, let's go Wormlet. Yeah, so Wormlet into Fauna Shaman into Kraken Evolving Wilds for, I guess, a second black. Even if they kill the Wormlet, we have 2 emergency welds, not the end of the world. And we have, this deck has more than enough. It doesn't need Wormlet to win. But Wormlet helps. Ooh, Misery Shadow, that's strong. This card is really strong. Is it whenever if an opponent creature would die, so you can still use Fauna Shaman, which is nice. But Misery Shadow, great card. All right, not the end of the world. They're going to get rid of, I'm guessing, a self-assembler. Not what I expected. So we'll do that, get in for 3. And pass. Misery Shadow is a bit of a beating. All right. I can think of scarier things than Clay Revenant. So they must have some... They got some removal in there. Some sack removal. Let's, I guess it doesn't matter. All right, Mine Worker. So, Mine Worker. It's an unfortunate draw. Do I want to pitch it for something? Let's see. I can pitch it for a Foundry Inspector. Our Self-Assembler just got much worse. I mean, I can pitch it for Obstinate Baloth. I guess Foundry Inspector is an okay one to get here. Makes all our stuff cheaper at least. So I can pay less for Self-Assembler. We pump our Wormlet. Fail to find on Self-Assembler now is kind of sad, but that's all right. I'm going to block the Infiltrator, I think. I can't really afford to take too much damage, and Infiltrator seems better for them than us, so I don't need the Foundry Inspector that badly. Which means maybe I shouldn't have ditched the Mine Worker, but to be honest, just the deck fending off Fauna Shaman at this point, I need to deal with Misery's Shadow or we're not going to get there. Well, that's good. Found that answer. So, do we probably just do Self-Assembler this turn. I guess they only have 2 cards left, so that's good. I wish I could find a Self-Assembler. I could get a free shuffle, I guess. I don't know if that actually helps. So I can double block a Power Plant Worker because they can only pump it to 6/6, I believe. Let's see. Misery Shadow, they can pump 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So they can make that an 8/8. I could actually triple block Misery Shadows. And they can only kill 2 of my guys, and they would have to use all their mana. That might actually be worth it. So they pump 6 times. It's an 8/8. All right. We're going to do that. Or they just Whirling Strike and wreck our day. I mean, this at least like gives us like emergency weld is something we could find that would help quite a bit. And they have to use all their mana, which is nice. Not all their mana, but enough where this doesn't end too badly for us. Uh-oh. They're going to do that whirling strike? All right, good. Maybe they are still. I mean, I guess the only good thing is if they have a whirling strike, it doesn't kill all of our dudes. I'm left with a Fauna Shaman, but them keeping their Misery Shadow is going to be pretty tough. All right. Well, when you got it all, you got it all. When you got it all, you got it all. All right, we'll go Steel Seeker. Well, we still killed their Misery Shadow. I guess that could have been worse. Yeah, actually. Yeah, that actually worked out okay. Oddly enough. So we can't afford to get beat up by a power plant worker, so we're just gonna do that. We still have some good legs in this deck. Like Emergency Weld. At this point is still good. Getting back a Vendor I would take. Could be worse. Uh-oh, emergency weld. Bummer. All right. Aw, and then a land. Well, land's not going to help. All right, see you for the next one. Well, this hand needs some help, but I'm going to keep it. So if we get a forest, we can bushwhack for our second one, at least do Baloth. If we don't draw a forest and just draw a swamp, at least we can do Rager into Self-Assembler, hopefully. So this hand just got better, I think. All right, we're going to do the bushwhack now. I'm just going to get it. There's enough land needs in this deck where I don't think I'm going to regret that. Oh, Misery Shadow again. Bummer. So, Baloth into Assembler right now. See if we get counterspelled here. Oh, that's good. Steel Seeker also good. Really good, actually, because now we can go Steel Seeker, Foundry Inspector. Should have actually... No, I would have had to do it this way anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Leaving Fauna Shaman there. It's a really good draw, actually. No attacks, because they can make that a 6/6. So next turn with 6 mana, I can play Assembler plus Fauna Shaman. And then we can pitch Mine Worker to find our 8/6 or an Argivian Avenger, whatever we would prefer. I guess we didn't need that bushwhack anyway, so... Oh, that's nice. So now I can actually attack with Obstinate Baloth. That's cool. But... nothing else, huh? Not a big deal. So let's get in with Baloth. Then we go Assembler, Mine Worker, Trigger Steel Seeker. Oh, nice. Free land, Fauna Shaman, pass. So Fauna Shaman, pitching Mine Worker to get our 8/6. Or the Argivian Avenger, like I said. Both those options are pretty good. Wonder if I'd prefer the 8/6. But the Avenger... Oh, they're going to kill Fauna Shaman with this figure, probably. That would make sense. Oh, Power Stone Fracture. Well, I'm alright with that, too. So, Emergency Well's not going to be too useful for us with Misery Shadow out, but... So they can still pump... Oh, well... Guess we're good. Oh, I don't want that to get... I'd rather have the Mine Worker get... exiled. So we'll do... Yeah, this makes more sense. We do Mine Worker... Do this, free value, fracture, kill that, sack here. All right, looking good now. So we can go Evolving Wilds. I'll do the Rager actually. Trigger that again. Free land. Draw a card. Smash. And pass. So this gets Menace. They've drawn 2 or more. Got it. Sure. All right. See you for the next one. All right. This is a keep. I don't know if we need to bushwhack right away. I guess probably not. Hopefully. Oh, that's a good draw. So let's go Steel Seeker here. Sure. All right, we'll go Land Inspector. Sure. All right. So we have a War Plow now. So they have 1 card left in hand. So we'll probably go... So Emergency Weld, Steel Seeker. I might need a Bushwhack for the land, huh? But I can't do all of that, so let's just go Emergency Weld, Steel Seeker, because I already played a land this turn too. But yeah, getting the 1/1 is actually important here, so we'll do this, get back Steel Seeker, play Steel Seeker, pass. Not quite the, not the sequencing you want to do that in, but that's all right. We'll block here. And take 2. All right, no play is nice. So now we can Bushwhack for land if we want. We have the War Plow, which we can't play, but so I think we need to Bushwhack for land. Nothing's really worth fracturing here. I can do the War Plow, but obviously I'd rather have that as a 5/4. Can I afford to take another hit? Not especially. They have 2 cards left in hand. Guess we're going to take another hit. I don't like it, but it's the way this one's going down. All right, well, still no plays. That's good. So let's just get a courser now because we have exactly 0 creatures in graveyard. It's actually fine. Oh, just desperately drawing here. That makes sense. Sure. All right. So if they have sibling rivalry, we probably die. So maybe I want to do the war plow instead. Could see that. Yep. Get the land. If I attack with a 4 or 5, do they have good blocks? I think we wait a little bit longer here. I feel like our late game's better, so I'm trying to just be cautious here. So if I play Demolisher and they steal it, I'm going to have to double block it and block one other thing. We won't die, I guess. So we'll get in for 5 here, and then I'll play Demolisher. Guess it wouldn't hurt. It's a sack thing for Fracture, I guess. All right. They were just off blue that whole game. That makes a lot more sense now. Sure. All right. Well, I think they probably would have destroyed us if they had had their blue mana. So we'll see you for the next one. All right, we can keep this. Get our second green right away. Probably bushwhacking, I guess. Maybe if I rip a land, I won't. We'll see. All right, well. Guess I can play this and make a 3/3 next turn. Maybe I'll do that first. Still feel like I could draw land. We'll see. Can also wait on the mask. I mean, turn 3, 3/3 that unearths later is still not bad. And I guess technically you can emergency weld it back, get even more. Oh. That's perfectly fine. All right, let's just bushwhack and get our second black mana now, I guess. So I'm actually just going to play another one. Because now I can make a 4/4 if I don't draw land. If I do draw land, I probably still make a 4/4. Sure. Paratrooper, good one. All right, I'm just gonna I'm gonna crack this now. We've got, you know what? Our mana is gonna be occupied for a while, so going 4/4 into 4/4 plus another card with Fracture and stuff out. This seems fine to me. Okay. Wormlet, good one. I think I still do the assembler. Best use of mana now, and then next turn I can go Wormlet plus Mine Worker. Well, if they put a prison sentence on it or something, that's not bad for us either. Oh, great. So now we have a free little Power Stone Fracture sack target. Very good. I don't really want to do it on a 1/1 flyer, but probably won't have to be honest. Ah, Obstinate Bailout. There's a good one. So probably just cast that, actually. Best use of mana. No rush on getting the Wormlet out. And Bailout's probably a better emergency weld target anyway. Guess maybe I should have found that third green off Bushwhack, huh? That's all right. Not a huge deal. What do we got? Sure. So we're going to blow that up. So let's go land, Wormlet. This exiles or destroys. So they probably have Lohan's, Lindsay Lohan's protection or whatever. Guess we gotta do it anyway. Sack the prison sentence target here. Yep, bummer. All right, and then we'll do Mine Worker, pump the Wormlet, and pass. So Symbler has tap to pump, right? One and tap to pump, and plus they have Paratrooper, so I'd have to triple block, but at this point I probably have to do it to kill the Assembler and hope they don't have another Lindsay Lohan's escape. So I can start popping out some 3/3s with Mask of the Jade Crafter, but that's not quite good enough here. Gonna need better than that. Nice one. Nice one. 4, 2. Is that the right? 5 or more, huh? All right. So let's do Inspector. Don't really want to emergency weld. It gains us life, I guess. I can weld back a mask and play it, and it gives us an attacker next turn. I guess so. I mean, we still have some removal in here somewhere. Nice. It's a lot of damage. All right. So that's not good enough. guess we can get in with Death Touch here. Six, seven, seven, eight. So, actually, let's see. They're gonna pump it plus the paratrooper. So then it's like I said, 6, 7, 7, 8. So we'll just do. Well, if it's a 7, 8, then they can only kill one thing anyway. So I guess we'll just do this. I think we have 18 we could deal anyway, even if this wasn't a bust here. All right, see you for the next one. All right, we'll keep this. This is a good hand. Steel Seeker into Inspector into Baloth. That's pretty nice. Plus we have both colors. It's a good draw. I guess we can. I don't know if it's relevant to wait, but. Well, they must have a good hand. Got our black mana. So, same plan. Steel Seeker into Inspector into Baloth into Avenger. All right, we'll go land, Inspector. Yeah, we can leave that actually. Might be able to ditch one of our Steel Seekers at some point if we have to. Let's just do Avenger because we can pay the reduced cost. Actually, no, that makes sense, I think. Then we're going to trade, what, Baloth for Juggernaut? That's probably fine. They have no cards left in hand, too. That's good. Emergency Weld's fantastic. Now trading with Baloth is that much better. Alright, so we got the Weld. Let's go... I can't play Baloth anyway, so we'll go Steel Seeker. They're gonna have more attacks, though. Because I can do Courser now, and then trade with Avenger on Juggernaut. Alright, let's just do Courser then. I'd rather trade the Avenger to Juggernaut, I'm pretty sure. So, alright, we're going to take the 5 from the Unearthed one. Remorse is good. So let's just let's go Steel Seeker, Weld, get Baloth back for some life gain. Trigger that. Get land. Get land. Play land. And pass. So they can pay for Juggernaut. We'll take the 5 because I'm playing Baloth to go back to 9. They don't even want to, huh? All right. Well, I'm fine with that too. So let's go. Let's go land. Baloth. And pass. And we can start attacking with Baloth. I can weld back my Avenger too, if I want. Or weld back the Baloth again. Alright, let's go. Block. Actually, just block. Block. So they drew the +2/+0, so that's going to take this to 4. So that's not enough to kill Courser, so that'll work out. That's fine. We can still block here. And then I'll take 4, 7. Probably makes more sense to trade here. I think it's +2/+0 is my guess. And that works out all right because we keep the Steel Seekers. Well, it's not what I expected, to be honest. But I'm going to be happy enough with that. So I can weld back my Courser now. Yeah, we'll do that. We don't have enough bodies in the bin yet, but we will if they unearth, so this is fine. All right, so self-assembler and the miner is going to be pretty good. Draw that. I kind of want to put that in the graveyard because then we draw off of Courser. How many cards do I have left? 16? Yeah. I'm actually, even though it's a card I want, I'm just going to do that to get the third creature in there because I think it's worth it. It also makes our Remorse cheaper. We'll keep that. Keep that. And get in for 4 and draw. I guess we can get in with both of these. So, let's see. I think we probably just fracture the Strongbow, I'm guessing. So that way they can't like attack with Juggernaut and sack stuff or whatever. Nice one. What's the wording on this? When it dies, so if we exile it, we can't do anything. And they're at 12. Can I just kill them? 4, 6, yeah. We've got lethal. 4, 8, 12, yeah. Even if I mean, yeah. Well, Fate from History never really came up, but not a big deal. They would have been able to keep their draconic history too. Wouldn't have panned out that good for us. So Fate from History, I guess, didn't end up being the best card, but the rest of the deck was pretty good. Yeah, got a lot of those just Steel Seeker value plays off, and that was really good. All right, let's do some back one pick ones here. We have... I like Mindbreaker well and good enough, but it's probably... Well, go for Throat versus Stoneseeker. Geez, Stoneseeker's so good, too. 2-power Menace for 2 is just so good. Mindbreaker's cute, but I guess it's go for the Throat. 2 mana, uncommon. Swords. I really want to take Stoneseeker there just because that card arguably is better, but... Alright, Lauren's fantastic. That'd be an easy pick. So good in this format. Yeah, really good. I really like the Pyrrhic Blast too. I hope I get a chance to play that again. Ooh, Titania's Command. I know this is amazing. So you make bears. Yeah, the put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. This card's insane. Oh, Charbelcher, huh? Wow. Well, I imagine this is not that good in limited. Yeah. Until you reveal a land card, so it's totally random. Yeah. Cute. I guess this actually is playable in limited, but... Yeah, it is. But I'd still go with Titania's Command. Alright, well, I've played Temporal Anchor before. Our card is fantastic. Very cost intensive, but this card wins games, so... If you can stall out and get that online, you're in good shape. And finally, well, Tocasia's Welcome is amazing, so I would definitely take this. Get some free card draw off your cheap bodies. Really good for the soldier deck, I imagine. All right. Next, we have probably Steel Seraph. Well, Platinum Angel too. Both really good. Yeah, they're both really good. I'd probably go with the Platinum Angel just because it's a mythic that's also, you know, not actual part of the format. So if you can get a Swiftfoot Boots or some sort of hexproof, whatever, if you can make it where they don't have any removal spells left and you have a Platinum Angel, you can't lose. So that's pretty good. All right, last pick. Yeah, I could see Argoth being the one. 2/2's to mill yourself 3 is in limited not that great, but it is just a land after all. So tough to go wrong with that. Yeah, I'd be all right with that. Otherwise, I love the cohort. Battery Bearer is pretty strong too. Usually you can't draw more than, you know, a couple cards in a game, but just letting all your creatures have that ramp effect is pretty nice too. I'd probably still go Argoth, try it out. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.